And a good evening, baseball fans. We finally made it, the championship matchup. The show, the main event tonight under the lights here. We're in Louisiana, just outside of Baton Rouge area. The Oakville Baseball Complex here. Chris Allard with the call tonight. The perfect game, Super Regional 14U Majors Championship. Hurricane will call the game for us behind the plate. Working with his partner Cam, we're ready to go. Charlie Blaylock steps in. And the pitcher of record, Major Sears, taking the hill for elite RBI. These clubs have seen each other before. It's always a good matchup. The count is 1-0. Major settling in, pitch on the way, the 1-0 count. And Blaylock, fastball pumped in there and swing and a miss. The count is 2-0. Correction, 1-1 says Hurricane. We'll follow his calls throughout the course of this game here tonight. And a ball just missing. The count goes to 2-1. And a strike located. So Sears locates the outer part of the plate. The count goes to 2-2 on Charlie Blaylock here in the championship matchup. Down to the final two. Sears shaking off here. Major ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Blaylock takes a cut and fouls it straight back and out of play. And third base side laying out a good gather. A quick time to come up and safe at first. So a good effort over on the third base side. A great defensive play. And down the line quickly, Charlie Blaylock gets down the line, and Cam, the infield umpire, makes some call and calls him safe. Stepping in, the two-hitter, Nateo Victorio. Monster will step in here with Blaylock over on the first base side. Ball is low. The count is 1-0. Neal over at first base, holding on. Pitch on the way. Ball is low and out. Chambliss grabs it, able to reel it in. A 2-0 count to Victorio. Blaylock with a modest lead. Major's got a direct line of sight over to Neal on the first base side for a lead. Pitch on the way. Ball swung on, fouled off, and out of play. Sears throws over to Neal. Blaylock not going anywhere. The count is 2-1. Victorio, left side, pulled foul. The count goes to 2-2. low and out. The count goes to 3-2. So Major taking Nateo to a full count here early on, top of the first inning. Blaylock getting on board. Curveball, low, missing there, and ball 4. So Victoria will find himself on board with a walk. And quick visit out to the bump. A couple of words with Major from his catcher. Jordan Leon will step in. And another visit. Head coach Scott Marquardt heading out to talk to Major. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Once again, we apologize, a little issue here with the camera. We'll get this worked out as our other camera broke. And I know we're shooting through the net here. It's not ideal, but we're going to get that fixed here at the half inning. So apologize for what you're seeing right now, but we'll get it worked out. Count goes to 2-2 to Jordan Leon. Runner goes. Out at third, so Blaylock gets caught stealing third. And they get the out there. They'd like to have Blaylock back, but a good play off of the mound for Major. And one down. And out at the plate. 2 down, says Hurricane. Jordan Leon will have a seat. And stepping in, Blake Barberena, with Victorio parked over at first. So a 1-2 count at the plate for Blake Barberena with 2 down here. Top of the first, no score. A long hold for Major. Pitch on the way. Hit almost on the inside part of the plate. Barberena gets away from that, and the count goes to 2-2. And a ball low and out. The count goes full at 3-2. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll do it. So Sears, they'll strand 1. Led to the bottom of the first, no score. So stepping in for the lead RBI, Aaron Ramirez will start things for the club here, and we'll get to the defensive set. Jordan Leon on the bump. We're ready to go. Pitch on the way. Ball is low. The count is 1-0. Ramirez. Aaron looks at a strike. The count goes to 1-1. Aaron playing center field for the club. Fine young player in Ramirez. Leon to deal. Pitch on the way. Ramirez takes a cut. Fouls it straight back, and the count goes to 1-2. Time is called, granted at the plate. And a ball missing up. The count goes to 2-2. And inside, strike three. Ramirez takes a look, and Leon will get the K. So one down here in the bottom of the first frame. Stepping in the two-hitter, the batter Lopez. Shortstop for the club as he steps in. Righty-righty matchup. Well hit ball, right side. That's dropping in. Brody Taylor will gather in right field and bring it in. Blaylock will grab it, and they'll get a runner on in Lopez. Finds himself on board with a single. That'll bring up the Heath. Three-hitter, Mercado. Mercado, third baseman for Elite. Solid player will step in. One down. Hurricane, our head umpire here tonight. We're ready to go. Jimmy sets up, and a ball there. The count is 1-0. Lopez over on the first base side. Victorio playing first here. Holding him on. Ball chopped foul from Mercado at the plate. And the count goes even to 1-1. Championship game here tonight under the lights. Heading towards the 10 p.m. hour, just getting the game underway. We're in the first inning. Pitch on the way. Strike called outside. Mercado lays off. And Jordan Leon had a ball and 2 strikes. Stout sets up. Long hold. Runner goes. Pitch on the way. Strike three called at the plate. The tag is on. And a double play. And Jimmy Stout pulls the trigger, and a good defensive play. Lopez had a huge jump and good speed down to second base. It was a bang-bang play at second. And a strike called at the plate and out on the throw. And we're ready to go here in the top of the second frame. No score. Prospects will bring up Trey Lawrence here to start things off in the top of 2. Hurricane puts it in play. Major ready to deal. And a big cut there at the plate. The count is 0-1. Sears shaking off, sees what he likes here. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Bird ball in for the strike. The count is 1-2. Solid pitch there as Lawrence lays off. And a ball low. The count goes even to 2-2. And back up the middle. That'll get on board for a single. A good hit. So Lawrence gets a knock right back up the middle. And on board with a single. That'll bring up Brody Taylor. Taylor steps in. The prospects here in the top of the second with 5, 6, 7 hitters. So Taylor steps in. Neal holding on Lawrence over on the first base side. Major being a lefty, a direct line of sight over on first. Lawrence with good speed though. Taylor locked in. Bunt attempt showed on the outside, pulls back, pitch on the outer half. The count goes to 1-0. And Taylor takes a swing there. Sears gets that through. And Major will even things up here, and the count is 1-1. Sears shaking off here, likes what he sees. Ready to go. Throw back to the first base side to Neal. Coach Trey down on the first base side for the prospects. Carlos Avila, the skipper, down on the third base side. And the ball is out and low. Good stop behind the plate. Count is 2-1. Shamlis keeps that out. Lawrence with a decent lead over on the first base side. Another throw back over, and Lawrence gets back. Neal puts the tag on. So Major obviously thinking about Trey Lawrence at first, and good speed there, and the count is 2-1. From the stretch, the 2-1 pitch. And a strike there right up the middle. The count goes to 2-2. Runner on the move. A good throw up the middle, nobody there. And trouble there. Taylor's going to have to get there quickly. And like that, the ball gets through. Shamlis fired a bullet down to second, and nobody was covering the bag. Everybody scrambled to release to the bag, but that ball gets through. Shamlis was out of the pop like a rocket and fired a bullet down there, but nobody covering, and Trey Lawrence ends up at third. So Taylor has a seat, but in the midst of all of that, an opportunity now with Lawrence getting to third. So Jimmy Stout will step in with one out. a strike outside. The count is 0-1. So a controversy ensuing here. They're calling batter's interference, but Jimmy was in the box. So catcher's interference called at the plate, and Scott just looking for some explanation there. Initially, not certain what happened, but the way he's calling it now is our head umpire Hurricane saying catcher's interference. So Jimmy Stout will go to first. Trey Lawrence will be at home. Well, just to bring you up to speed, what's happening here. So there's a controversial call to plate. Scott Marquardt, the head coach for Elite RBI, wanted to get clarification from the director, and a couple different calls were called out on the field. Hurricane called catcher's interference, and Scott was under the impression that that was not the case, so they're going to consult with the director, get the call right. In the meantime, we're hanging out. Hope you're enjoying it. The championship matchup. These two clubs have played each other before. They get into it all the time. Very competitive. Two outstanding top organizations in the country. And so they'll work that out. Stay with us.
Hey, would you know how to record a catcher's interference?
Yeah.
How?
So the tournament director made the final call, was talking with head coach Scott Marquardt, and Hurricane makes the call, holds at the plate. They consulted there. It was a catcher's interference call. Jimmy Stout moves over to first, and Trey Lawrence scores from third. The prospects put one up. So 1-0 prospects, bases cleared, Jimmy Stout on board.
He stole home.
Safe, right?
He needs to go to first.
And Brandon Manavong will step in.
Just put Eddie right touchdown.
So Major Sears
On base.
kind of cooling off a little bit for Major, and
Just take
probably
him
wants to
down.
take a couple of tosses or something, but we'll get ready to go here. So Major having to relax a little bit there, and Manavong as well, just waiting for his turn. And Hurricane's got everything all set. He'll set the table and we'll go. All right, Hurricane puts it in play. They're going to run for Stout, Moeller at first. Neal holds him on. Manavong in the box. We're ready to go. One down. Top of 2, 1-0 prospects. And a strike called. So Major comes back, and the count is 0-1. Manavong, shortstop, little slip there, 1. And Manavong down the line with good wheels, finds himself on board. They get the advancing runner in Mueller. And Manavong gets on board with a single. 2 outs. And stepping in is Dre Murakami. Sears, long hold here, pitch on the way. Count is 1-0. So Murakami will step out. Neal holding Manavong on over on the first base side. Murakami steps out again. Runner goes. No throw down to second. Chambliss had a grip on it, and Manavong was gone. And a ball called at the plate, and the count is 2-0. Lopez in tight, shuffling around on Manavong. Second baseman rolls in too. A lot of dancing going on out on the infield. And breaking ball missing there. The count goes to 3-0. And a strike there. Murakami taking all the way. The count is 3-1. And a ball low, ball 4. So Sears lose Murakami 90 feet down to first base, on board with a walk. Runners at first and second, and back to the top of the order with Charlie Blaylock. Major taking a little rosin there. Cooler temperatures here tonight under the lights. Still very pleasant for playing. But it's cooled off from earlier. Had heavy rains early this morning in the wee hours and into the early part of the day, causing the big delay. That's why we're in where we are, and that ball is out. The count is 1-0. Quite a bit of a delay this morning. The 8 games were posted, 8 a.m. games were posted late, and 10 a.m. with a 1-0 count to Blaylock. At any rate, we're caught up. Championship match up here tonight. We're just a little bit past the 10 p.m. hour. So Major rechecking the call there as he resets. And fastball up and in. Blaylock not biting there, and the count goes to 2-0. And a strike there. Sears locates and puts one on the boards. The count is 2-1. Defense ranged up. Everybody's shuffling around here. Pitch on the way. Ball's cut foul. Straight back out of play. So a 2-2 count with 2 outs in the top of the second. twos here all the way across. And Major steps off. Slow roller, right side. Should have a routine play there, and they get it. They turn it over. But they pick up one, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. Stay with us, the championship matchup. ZT National Prospects 14U Majors team going against Elite RBI. We'll be right back. Well, back to live action. We're ready to roll here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 affair of the Prospects on a challenging call at the home plate with Jimmy Stout in the box. It ended up being catcher's interference. Stout got on first. Lawrence was at third, so he came in. They scored there. So Neal steps in. They go 4-5-6 here. Ball missing. The count's 1-0. And a cut there, low part of the plate. The count goes to 1-1. Leon, ball to the left side, foul territory and out of play. So Neal takes a cut, fouls it off to the left side, and a ball and 2 strikes. Neal steps back in. Leon, ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the second, correction there. Pitch on the way. Ball's upstairs, the count goes to 2-2. And the count goes full at 3-2. So Leon gets away from him a little bit there, and a full count on Neal as Neal steps back in. The 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, a sky ball. Victorio coming in off of the first base side. And Victorio pulls that in. And Neal launched that one. And one out here in the bottom half. Victorio off of first base here. Miller steps in. It's in the 5 spot. strike outside. Count is 0-1. Ball's hit to the right side. Taylor's going to have to get there quickly, and no, Blaylock. So Charlie Blaylock. And a highlight reel grab there for Blaylock as he released quickly and looked the other way. He was looking at Brody Taylor in right field and did the reversal right over the shoulder and then pulls it in. They get 2 outs on the books. Hockett steps in and a swing and a miss there, and the count is 0-1. So a 3-1 count here to Hockett. The 3-1 pitch. Ball is up. Ball 4. So Hockett gets on board with a walk. And a visit out to the mound for Cortez Ortiz. Quick conversation out there. Stay with us. We'll be right back. And the count is 1-0. And a strike outside. So Montez looks at a strike. And the count is 1-1 with 2 outs. Stout sets up. And Jordan steps off. Hockett over at first. Victoria holding him on. Fastball. Count misses. Counts 2-1. And a ball swung on, cut foul, and the count goes even to 2-2. We're here in the bottom of the second. Runner goes, curveball, right side foul. Hockett will come back. Runner goes, Stout with a good arm, bullet down the line, and no play. So Stout fired a BB and just offline for Manavong. And Hockett with the good wheels gets in. So the count goes full at 3-2. Hockett moves up though, a full count. Chopper foul in the box. Montez will stay active. Montez DHing for Chambliss, the catcher. And the 3-2 pitch forthcoming. Stout sets up. Ball left side. Manavong stops there. It's going to be a long throw. A one-hopper is in time. So Manavong to his right. And an unbelievable athletic play there. Sliding. Jeter-esque there for Brandon Manavong. They'll leave one on the bags. We'll head to the top of the third. Go back to live action. We're ready to roll. Hurricane will put it in play for us. Monster Victoria will start things off here in the top of the third frame. 1-0 Prospects on what was considered a controversial call, but nonetheless it was worked out. Top of three, Sears ready to deal. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball in for the strike. Count is 0-1. A curveball. And swing and a miss there, Victorio. Same pitch. Sears works ahead. The count's 0-2. And Victorio takes a big cut there. Swing and a miss. Sears gets the K. And that'll bring up Jordan Leon. So Leon will step in. Jordan ready to go. Leon takes the cut, fouls it off. Out of play, the count is 0-1. Fastball up and out, the count goes to 1-1. And a ball's cut foul, straight back. 2 strikes to Jordan Leon. Well hit ball, line shot right to the shortstop. Lopez didn't have to go too far, other than about a foot up. And Jordan Leon will have a seat. 2 down, Blake Barberena will step in. And a ball just out. The count's 1-0. Slight breeze blowing in from center here. Fairly calm, but you can feel it with the temperatures cooling off here. And a strikeout. So curveball there. The count goes to 1-1. And a ball is up. A 2-1 count to Barberena with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 3rd. And a ball inside. Major runs it in. And the count goes to 3-1. And swing and a miss. Foul tip right into the glove. Shamless, and the count goes full at 3-2. Ball 4. So Major misses there, and on board Barberena. And he'll head down 90 feet to first. Trey Lawrence will step in. Shamless, good stop behind the plate there as Lawrence looks at a ball that counts 1-0. Time's called, no pitch. Called at the plate. Hurricane granted it to Lawrence, he stepped out. Throw back to the first base side. Barberena gets back in time. Neal playing a little catch with Sears. One 1-0 count to Lawrence. Lawrence, big cut there. And the count goes to 1-1. Ball low, the count goes to 2-1. And Lawrence takes a cut. Sears gets it through. The count goes to 2-2. And Lawrence swinging a miss, strike three. Sears gets it through. They'll strand one. Well, to the bottom of the third frame. 1-0 Prospect. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The championship matchup tonight under the lights, the 2025 perfect game. Super Regional NIT here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Chris Aller with the call. We'll be right back. Back to live action. We're here in the bottom of the third, 1-0. Jordan Leon starts out with a strike. The count is 0-1. And the ball gets away. So Polanco looks at a ball. The count goes to 1-1. 8, 9, 10 hitters here for Elite upstairs. And the count goes to 2-1. So Polanco not biting on the upstairs fastball. Pitch on the way. Same pitch again. And the count goes to 3-1. So Polanco, the 3-1 count and a hitter's count here. And swing and a miss there into the glove of Jimmy Stout behind the dish for the Prospects tonight, with Victorio down on the first base side. Ball's pulled foul. And the count holds at 3-2. And ball 4. So Polanco finds himself 90 feet on board with a walk. And stepping in, Major Sears with Polanco at first. Victorio holds him on, and Leon will work from the stretch. Ball's pulled foul to the right side. Count is 0-1. Temperature definitely cooling off. Third base side, foul. And the count is 0-2 as Major will come back. Fastball upstairs misses. And Cirrus lays off. The count is 1-2. Time, no pitch there, called at the plate. And a ball and 2 strikes. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cirrus will have a seat. And Jordan will pick up the K, and that'll bring up Marquardt will step in. And a swing and a miss there, foul tip. Count is 0-1. Breaking ball, good stop there at the plate, Jimmy Stout, and the count goes to 1-1. You're enjoying the championship match up here, the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT in Louisiana. Pitch on the way, ball's hit to the left side and just foul. So Marquardt comes back, 1-2 count. And strike 3 there, so Jordan Leon deals. And Marquardt will have a seat with 2 outs. And back to the top of the order, Aaron Ramirez will step in. Tag on. And a strike outside. Ramirez takes a look. The count's 0-1. And strike outside. So Jordan Leon works ahead at an 0-2 count. Blanc over at first. On the move. Strike 3 called inside. And Ramirez gets tagged there. Drop 3. And the Prospects will head to the 4th. They lead this 1-0. We'll be right back. So Shamla sends it down to second. Hurricane will set the deck and we'll be ready to roll here. As Brody Taylor will start things off for the prospects. The prospects here will go 6, 7, 8 in the top of the fourth frame. A low-scoring affair thus far. As we are ready to go. Hurricane puts it in play. Sears ready to deal. Taylor takes a stroke, cuts it foul to the left side and out of play. And the count is 0-1. And a ball pulled foul to the right side. And Brody will step back in. 0-2 count. Well, Taylor looks at a ball. The count is 1-2. And strike three on the outside. Taylor gets caught looking. Cirrus locates the outer third, gets the strike call. And Jimmy Stout will step in with one out. And the count is 1-0. And a ball out, a 2-0 count to Jimmy. Jimmy takes a cut, fouls it off. So a 2-1 count as Stout takes a cut, fouls it off. And a strike called there up the middle, 2-2 count. And a well-hit ball, good recovery. And Cirrus gets a line drive, and that ball was smoked right on the backside. And Scott heads out immediately, head coach, to check on his guy as well as his players. Right in the back of the quad. The big part of the leg, though, which is good it wasn't around the bone area. We'll take a moment there. So Major taking a couple more warm-up tosses as he took a bullet right off the backside of the leg. And luckily he didn't hit bone or anything, but Coach Marquardt sitting out there, Scott taking a look at him, make sure he's okay to go. And to get a couple more tosses in. So Major looks like he's going to do his thing and stay in there. So good thing he's all right. And Major will be ready to roll as he stretches things out here. So 2 down, and Manavong will step in. Hurricane puts it in play. Major ready to go. And a strike there, works ahead, the count's 0-1. And Manavong takes a cut, fouls it off, the count is 0-2. Time called. And Hurricane puts it in. And Manavong, another cut there. And Manavong, left side, pulled foul. Manavong, right side, that'll drop in for a single. So Manavong, a good at bat there for the prospects, and that'll bring up Dre Murakami. And a strikeout. Count is 0-1. Throw back over, and Manavong gets back in time. Runner goes, trouble there over the top, and Alyssal has it, and they call a balk. So they'll call a balk. They're going to bring back Manavong as Hurricane. They'll bring him back after all of that. Manavong will go back to second. So a balk called on Cirrus and all that effort there, but balk was called. Apparently they didn't hear it. So Manavong will go back to second. And Manavong got a couple extra laps in on the deal. So Hurricane calls the balk, and Manavong parks it at second. And a strike there at the plate. And the the count goes to 0-2. So Murakami, 0-2. Manavong shuffling around. And strike three. Murakami gets caught looking. That'll do it. Sears takes care of business. And we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. So Stout fires it down to second. Hurricane will set the table and we'll be ready to go here in the bottom of the fourth. A low-scoring affair thus far, 1-0 prospects. And stepping in, Lopez, as Elite RBI will go 2-3-4 here in the bottom of the fourth frame. Fastball upstairs. The count is 1-0. Curveball, swing and a miss there. And the count goes to 1-1. Well, hit ball to center field. Backing up is Trey Lawrence, and he'll reel it in. So Lawrence, on a well-hit ball deep for Lopez. Curveball missing there. Mercado lays off. The count is 1-0. Well hit ball to the left side. If it stays in, foul. So Mercado takes a big rip there and just past the left field foul line there and out of play. And the count is 1-1. And foul tip into Jimmy Stout's glove there, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Mercado. And swing and a miss, strike 3 there. Out at the plate. Mercado thought he had a drop 3 there, and Stout gloved it. Jordan Leon gets the K. So Neal will step in with 2 down. As we're now heading towards the 11 p.m. hour here. A late night production here in Louisiana. Ball low, the count's 1-0. The delay factor was due to the rain, and everything was significantly behind, probably well over 4 hours. And They even shorten the time as Neal takes the cut, fouls it off, and shorten things up a bit. Games typically are an hour 45 or 7 innings, whatever transpires first, other than the championship game, which is 7 innings, no time. And even there, they still got quite a ways behind. They made up some time as Neal takes another cut. And the count is 1-2. As mentioning, but we're pushing, as I said, right towards 11 p.m. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Jordan Leon take care of business there. We'll head to the 5th. It's 1-0 Prospects. So Charlie Blaylock looks at a ball. The count is 1-0. We're in the top of the 5th. And the count is 2-0. So Blaylock takes a look there and gets a strike called on him. Major gets the call, likes what he sees here. The 2-1 pitch. Third base side. Good stop at third. A long throw. It's high, but a good play there defensively. Well executed. Mercado makes a good defensive play. 5-3 on the putout. And Victorio will step in. 1 out. We're in the 5th. And Cirrus starts with the strike. The count is 1-0. Correction, 0-1. Jammed on the glove there. Mercado again. And another 5-3 put out. 2 down. And Jordan Leon will step in with the bases empty and 2 outs. Strike there. Leon takes a look. And the count is 0-1. Sears comes inside, and the count goes to 1-1. So Leon steps back in with a 2-1 count on him. So Major comes inside, and Jordan not biting there. The count is 3-1. Hard hit ball. That gets through this time on the third base side. Mercado. That ball got there quickly. Mercado couldn't get the glove down in time. And on board with a single is Jordan Leon. So Barberena will step in with 2 outs here. We're in the 5th. Time called, and Coach Marquardt's going to walk out to the bump and have a quick conversation there. So Barberena will step in. And a strike there. Blake looks. Count is 0-1. And Blake takes a cut, fouls it off to the left side. And Cameron Walters running at first. Neal holds him on. And a ball pulled foul to the right side. So Barberena behind here. The count is 0-2 with 2 outs. Sears steps off. He'll reset. Major to deal. Pitch on the way. Well hit ball. That ball is deep. That ball is a no on the fence. Will look like a no-doubter. Ramirez brings it in. And here comes it home, and there's no play at third. So like that. Barberena goes deep. That looked like it was going to clear the yard. Ramirez went all the way to the fence line, as far as he could go. And they brought it in quickly, but Barberena will get the RBI triple. So they pick up their second run on the long ball. And that's going to do it for Major Sears as he hits probably the maximum number. An outstanding job, a fine pitcher in Sears. And he'll step off. So Major's finished for the tournament. And as I mentioned before, he's one of the top pitchers in the country. He'll have a seat. They'll make the change here. We'll be right back. Stay with us. So, Coach Marquardt makes the change. Nelson will come in. Major Sears did a fine job for the club, as I mentioned. Excellent pitcher. And Trey Lawrence will step in. Nelson ready to go. Ball out, the count's 1-0. Barberena with the triple and the RBI on the log ball to right center. Strike outside. Fastball, count goes to 1-1. Slow roller, third base side. Should be a routine play over there at first, and a good scoop from Neal. So Mercado, they get the out. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth, 2-0 Prospects. We're ready to go here in the bottom of the fifth. Backhand grab, throw across, in time. 5-3 on the putout, Barberena to Victoria. And the first out recorded. So Hockett will step in. Elite going 5, 6, 7 here in the bottom of the fifth. Ball out, the count is 1-0. Foul down the first base line. The count goes to 1-1. Curveball missing there. The count goes to 2-1. And a cut there, Hockett misses there, and swing and a miss, drop 3 there. And Jimmy comes out of the pop. Ball shuttles out of his glove, but makes the throw down. And 2 outs on the books. Montez will step in, 2 down. Big cut there, swing and a miss. And the count is 0-1 to Montez. And cut foul, straight back. And the count is 0-2. And Jordan Leon runs it out. Montez lays off. The count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jimmy will have to clear it. They'll throw it down. And that's it right there. They do a good job. They go 1, 2, 3 in the fifth. We'll head to the sixth. Prospects leading 2-0. You're enjoying the 2025 Perfect Game Louisiana Super Regional NIT. We're at the Oak Villa Sports Complex. Beautiful facility. Championship matchup here tonight. We'll be right back. Stay with us. So Nelson takes his final warm-up pitch. Shamlis fires it down to second. And we'll be ready to go here in the sixth frame. Brody Taylor will start things off for the Prospects. The Prospects go 6, 7, 8 here in the top of the sixth. Hurricane puts it in play. We are ready to go. Ball low, the count is 1-0. And Nelson comes inside on Taylor. And the count is 3-0. And low, ball 4. So Nelson gives up a 4-pitch walk to Brody Taylor and finds himself on board 90 feet down to first. And stepping in, Jimmy Stout. Neal holds on Taylor over on the first base side. Ball out, the count's 1-0. And a strike there. Nelson makes the adjustment and puts one up. The count is 1-1. And the ball gets away behind the plate. And Brody Taylor moves up 90 feet. Strike called at the plate. And the count is 1-2. Lopez shuffling around in the back pocket of Brody Taylor at shortstop. He'll range up and move. Ball's inside tight there, and the count goes to 2-2. And Hurricane said he went at the plate. That'll be a strikeout there for Nelson, and Stout will have a seat. One down, and Brandon Manavong will step in. And jammed in there, Manavong. Down on the hands and fouled off to the right side. Taylor parked at second. Ball missing out. The count goes to 1-1. Swing and a miss there. Ball and 2 strikes. Manavong, swing and a miss, strike 3. Manavong will have a seat, 2 down. Nelson gets the K. And Cameron Walters will come in for Dre Murakami. So Walters will come in for Murakami here. Murakami hitting in the 9 spot, and Walters steps in. Nelson ready to deal. 2 outs. And hit by pitch, so Walters comes in for Murakami and takes one for the team and finds himself 90 feet, hit by pitch down to first base. And back to the top of the order, Charlie Blaylock will step in. Hurricane just checking on Walters. And 2 down, back to the top. Curveball in for the strike. The count is 0-1. And Charlie takes a look. Nelson comes inside and gets the call. And Nelson working ahead at 0-2 with 2 outs. Everybody ranged up. The 0-2 pitch. Ball is low. The count goes to 1-2. Blaylock takes a cut. He'll stay alive. And Blaylock with another cut foul, left side and out of play. Shamlis, the quick word with Nelson. As we're closing in on the 11:30 p.m. hour here in Louisiana, Monday night special. Man, that'll drop in. And trouble there. Rounding hard is Brody Taylor. There's no throw at home. And Taylor will score. So Charlie Blaylock comes through. And a good effort on the defensive side with Lopez, but no glove there to lock it in. And that drops in for Charlie Blaylock, a single and an RBI. So the Prospects bring the third one over here in the top of the 6th. Walters at second, Lopez in tight on him. Slow roller. Should be an easy play there, and that happens. Good grab for Nelson. They leave 2, they pick up 1. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, 3-0 Prospects. We're about ready to go here in the bottom of the sixth. 3-0 Prospects leading this one. The championship matchup. Two great organizations. Elite RBI going against the ZT National Prospects. 14U Majors Division. Here in the Perfect Game 2025 Louisiana Super Regional NIT. So Stout fires it down to second. Polanco will start things off for Elite. And Mason Moeller, the left-handed hurler, takes over for Jordan Leon. And the Prospects have a quick conversation at the mound, talking with Jimmy, a couple of his players there, saying, let's roll. Polanco will step in. They go 8, 9, 10 here in the bottom of the sixth frame. So Hurricane puts it in play. We're ready to go. Right side. And on board with a single, Polanco, one pitch. And stepping in, Nelson. Nelson came in for Major Sears, taking over. We'll hit here in the 9 spot. Polanco over at first. And a strike on the inside. Nelson lays off. The count is 0-1. Polanco at first. Ball's fouled off to the right side. Moeller works ahead. The count is 0-2. Jordan Leon now playing over on the first base side for the Prospects. Victorio moved to left. Rest of the defense stays the same. And Jimmy Stout, good stop behind the plate. And the count goes to 1-2. And foul tip there, and Polanco will come back. And ball just missing up. And the count goes to 2-2. And the ball's cut foul, straight back. No play there. Nelson stays on it. And fastball up and in. Nelson takes a cut, and Moeller runs it through. Runner goes. Tag is on. And out at second. So Jimmy Stout comes up big again and fires a BB down to Manavong. And a good jump for Polanco. But an excellent throw and the tag is on. Right side, fair ball. And slipping at first there, rounding. And Ramirez will step in. So Coach Ortiz heads out to the mound to talk to Moeller. Stay with us. So 2 outs, Moeller ready to go. Lefty-lefty matchup. And the count is 1-0. And that ball gets away from Stout and moving up 90 feet to second. And the count is 2-0. Prospects. And swing and a miss there. Ramirez takes a cut. The count goes to 2-1. Ball up. The count goes to 3-1. And a strike outside. So Moeller takes Ramirez to a full count. And Ramirez, strike 3. And a strike called at the plate. I don't think Ramirez knew it, but a strike 3 called. And the Prospects, they get out of that one with 1 left on. We'll head to the top of the 7th. 3-0, we'll be right back. So back to live action. Jordan Leon will step in here in the 7th. And Nelson stays on the hill for elite RBI. So time is called here. Nelson was looking for a pitch call or something, not certain what was happening there. But nonetheless, he's locked in and ready to go. And Hurricane puts it in play. Ball's chopped foul. Count is 0-1. And a strike called there. Leon takes a look, and Nelson works ahead in the count. The count is 0-2. Right side, single down the line, and Jordan Leon stays active, and a good trend for him so far as Leon gets on board with a single. The prospects here in the 7th going 3, 4, 5, and that'll bring up Blake Barberena. For you folks on the West Coast, we're heading towards the midnight hour. No outs, time called there. Barberena takes a second to get his elbow guard locked back in. Nelson will work from the stretch. With Leon over on the first base side, Neal will hold him on. And off the face mask of Shamlis, he'll take a second. And a little bit of a hit there. Looks good, so he's all right. So Shamlis is good. Give him a second there, and Barberena will step back in. Nelson works ahead on Barberena. The count is 0-1. Fastball up. Bach called, and that'll move up the runner. No pitch. And Leon's over at second base. The count is 0-1. And a big cut there. Nelson runs it through. And the count goes to 1-1. We have 1-1. We have 1-1.
I got 1-1 yet. That's a 1-1. 1-1. No, it's 0-2. 0-2. Yes, sir. 2 strikes. 2 strikes.
So 2 strikes called. So Hurricane gets that worked out. They make the adjustment. 0-2 count. Nobody there, down at second, and Shamlis fires it down to center field, and here comes Leon, and like that, a broken play behind the plate. Something happened there, and Shamlis came out so quick of the pop, as if they were going to try to get a play at second on Leon, and there was no coverage. The ball went into center field. So the base will clear there, a ball at the plate, and the prospects will pick up their 4th run. So a 1-1 count to Lawrence. Curveballs in for the strike. The count goes to 1-2. So Nelson got a ball and 2 strikes on Trey Lawrence. And a ball low. The count goes to 2-2. Lawrence, well hit ball, left side, will get in for a single. And Trey gets on board. Brody Taylor will step in. And 1 out on the books as Brody Taylor steps in. Hurricane puts it in play for Nelson. Lawrence over on the first base side for the prospects. Neal holds him on. Nelson comes in tight. The count's 1-0. Strike outside on the corner. The count goes to 1-1. Runner goes. And Shamlis, just outside the tip of his glove, popped up. And Lawrence moves up 90 feet. Ball called at the plate. The count's 2-1. Taylor looking at a 2-1 count. So there's no right fielder. And now there's a right fielder. And they get that worked out. And a balk called at the plate. No pitch. 2-1. Lawrence will move over to third. So 2-1 count to Taylor. Taylor cuts it foul and out of play. The count is 2-2. And the count goes to 3-2. Taylor cuts it foul, straight back. strike 3 there. So Nelson gets the K. And Jimmy Stout will step in. 2 outs. And a pitching change forthcoming here as we are pushing towards the midnight hour. The tournament was scheduled to be over on Monday, but now it looks like a good possibility the tournament will end on Tuesday morning. So 2 outs on the books, and Nelson will have a seat. Good work for him. Prospects were able to take advantage the best they could. Now Cameron Hockett comes in. Coach Marquardt making the pitching change here in the top of the 7th. And Hockett taking a couple more warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to go. Chambliss is catcher, just trying to get him warmed up. So Hockett be ready to go here. And a full shoe reset for Hockett. And he's got that all worked out. And Hurricane says, let's play ball. Jimmy Stout wants to step in as we're almost to Tuesday morning. A long hold, pitch on the way. Ripped up the middle. And on board, Jimmy Stout. 1 pitch and an RBI single. And the Prospects pick up their 5th here. So they're going to run for Stout, who's catching for the club. And Jimmy with an RBI single. Dre Murakami will run for Stout, courtesy runner over on the first base side. And Brandon Manavong will step in. Ball is low, the count's 1-0. High fly ball rolling off of first base. And the grab is made, but the prospects, Jimmy Stout brings the 5th one over. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Stay with us. We'll be right back. So Jimmy fires it down, and we are ready to go here in the bottom of the 7th. And the lights are going out. So long, folks. That's the night game. Even another delay. Wow. And so the lights went out on the field, as you can see, folks at home. And so now we'll have to see what's going to happen there, as we're absolutely closing in on the Tuesday morning schedule. Yeah, we're good now. Hey, hey! We got it. Lights are back on. And we are ready to go here. So Moeller ready to go. Lopez steps in. Bottom of the 7th. And the count is 1-0. And a 1-1 count to Lopez. And Moeller fouls off to the right side. Lopez, the count is 1-2. average. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs. The count goes to 2-2. So a full count to Lopez. And the ball cut foul straight back. Ball's hit to the right side. That ball's going to drop in for a single. And Lopez gets on board. And the count goes to 1-1. And Moeller, 2-1 count. And a strike called there. And the count goes to 2-2. Strike three, Miller. So Mason Moeller gets the K. And one out on the books here. Neal will step in. And a strike called there. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Tag is on. Manavong. And out at second. So Manavong hangs on. And a little bit of a collision there. So hopefully everything's okay down at second. And Jimmy Stout, the big throw down to second. That was a strike. Yep. So an 0-2 count to the batter Neal with 2 outs on the books and runners okay there. And a big cut in the box there. And the count holds at 0-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Mason Moeller and the Prospects. Neal takes a big cut, and they'll take the title. It's Tuesday morning, and the Prospects take the 2025 Perfect Game Super Regional NIT here in Louisiana. Chris Allard with the call. It's been a great tournament. Kate, everybody behind the scenes, the entire operations crew, all the help. They make these tournaments successful, and another great one in the books. The Super Regional NIT in Louisiana is officially in the books. So the elite RBI club here doing an outstanding job. The Prospects prevail. These two clubs have seen each other before. It won't be the last time. Scott Morcutt and company. Scott doing a fine job with his guys. Coach Avila and his crew. For now, Chris Allard saying so long from Louisiana. The Prospects, they do it in fine fashion. We finish Tuesday morning.